Choksey, the whole-time director of the company, who joins us. Hi, Mr. Choksey. Congratulations on a solid showing in the past quarter and in the past fiscal year as well. You had given us a couple of numbers and you've more than achieved that. So that's thumbs up for you. But at the start of the new fiscal, out of nowhere, we have the second wave to deal with, and that could have had some impact on business. Now, I think in the past year, you would have done roughly around 9.8, 9.9 million tons approximately. And given that the first quarter will see some impact of, the second wave, what kind of a volume number are you looking to end this year with? Please go ahead, sir.
Well, the last year, I think just to recapitulate, last year Q1 was fairly bad. And if that is the case, the second wave, though much more lethal, much more ferocious, fortunately the lockdowns had permitted the construction. Therefore, I expect Q1 of this year should not be worse off than the last year. So if that be the case, then and if it does not really, the ferocity or the the intensity does not increase in the coming months, then I'm sure we can see some growth over the last year numbers. What that growth would be is very, very difficult to predict with just 40 days of working behind us. But I feel we should be able to do 6 to 7% growth even this year over last year volume, provided the pandemic does not grow much more intense hereafter.
Right, we take that point, Mr. Choksey, and we hope that it does not intensify further and you do go ahead and get some growth that you're promising over last year. But my question is with regards to the pricing and the input cost spike that we've seen. How have prices in cement been in the first 40 days of this year? How do they compare with the average of last quarter last year? And your EBITDA per ton of 925, will that sustain? Because the input costs have increased as well.
You see, you are very right. The increase in the input costs, especially the coal and the petroleum, is a matter of serious concern. We have had its impact in the first 40 days as well, with the logistic costs going up, the fuel costs going up. But my own feel is that once the volume picks up, then we should be able to correct the prices. And there have been some slippage in the prices as well. In these first 30-40 days of hope, not very serious, but we have seen about 5 to 6 rupees price dropping. So I think getting those prices back and making up for this cost increase may not be a big issue if the demand really picks up, which we are very hopeful should do from June. Then that may not be a matter of great concern. Also, the fuel prices going hereafter, I don't expect them to sustain at these levels for time to come. We have seen it earlier also. They are fairly cyclical and they should come down by second quarter. That is what the predictions are.
Okay, all right. Mr. Choksey, with regard to the power costs going up, you'll have a waste heat recovery system, I think that will be commissioned at Sirohi, if I'm not mistaken. That was expected in the next couple of quarters. So which quarters does that come on? What does that do in terms of, an EBITDA per ton guidance on a broader range? Maybe first quarter will be bad, but the broad range you're looking at, I remember I've been tracking the company from it doing 500, 600 rupees per ton. Now you're doing more than 900 rupees per ton. So for FY22, what kind of a broad range you can give us in terms of an EBITDA per ton?
Well, our attempt is to definitely take it to the 4-digit figure, and we nearly got it in the fourth quarter. If we take into account our other income, etc., when we did 968. So I think we are very close to it, and God willing, a lot of our efficiency issues that we took up, they are helping us to sustain these numbers, and we are quite hopeful that we should not only be able to sustain, but we should be able to improve going forward.
All right, we will most definitely keep an eye out on that. And your valuation, which is attractive, is a function of EBITDA as well as the enterprise value, which of course is a function of your debt. Net debt in the previous year was down by almost 450 odd crores. If you could confirm that number and tell us, what does the debt at your books stand at right now? What's the deleveraging plan going forward?
You see, we have our debts are currently not a matter of worry, Nigel. It's just about today about 1100 crores. So for a size and our if you see our net debt equity is hardly about 0.20. So I don't think that is a matter of worry anymore. We are liquidating close to 320 crores a year. We have NCD also to pay in the coming January. So that is no more an issue, no more a matter of worry at all.
Okay, all right. Give us a sense in terms of, you had laid out an Udaipur expansion at Udaipur Cements of roughly around 2.5 million tons, and the capex that you had laid out was around 1,500 crores. I think some part of that was likely to be, raised from the equity markets. Will that amount be raised this year? Could you confirm that amount? Will it be around 500 crores approximately? Because the stock is doing well, the equity markets are buoyant. Good time to tap the equity markets?
We have not yet firmed up our plans on that score, and the COVID wave 2 has obviously affected that. But we'll take a call soon, and then we'll definitely be in touch with you. We currently are...
All right, Mr. Choksey, just a word on that Udaipur Cement itself. You had earlier said that you are looking to merge Udaipur Cement with JK Lekshmi at some point in the future. Just wanted to know whether you can legally do it or not because of the MMDR Act?
Yeah, we can. That's not again a matter of worry in terms of the legality. We have to take a call as we were getting certain concession when it was a standalone company. So we have to look into that. Maybe going forward in a year or two, we should look at the merger if possible.
All right, Mr. Choksey, pleasure talking to you as always. You're talking about 4 digits in terms of EBITDA per ton, volume growth of 6 to around 7%, or debt is not a matter of concern. And the last time you joined us, you told us maybe in fact Udaipur Cement and JK Lekshmi Cement could get merged in a year or two. You're telling that us again. So we'll stay tuned and appreciate you joining us.